And a very pleasant good afternoon, good morning, good whatever, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. It's our weekly Take the Points show, and today the boys couldn't be here. Actually, they all ghosted me this week, so I don't know what they're doing this week, but it's our weekly Take the Points show. I'm going to talk baseball and football today. I'm going to talk about the AFC North and the AFC East as we're beginning to roll through some of the divisions. We, I think, covered NFC South last week. So let's see, we'll get 2 and 3 of 8 divisions today with another, what do we have, 3 or 4 weeks until, oh my heavens, football season is coming up so quickly. You just can't wait, can you, for football season? Actually, most of the folks I know just are saying, yeah, leave it away. We had plenty. I've been it's the middle of summertime. It's too early for football season. I'm kind of in agreement with that. How do you like my new jacket? I thought I'd just mention it. My lovely wife got me a brand new jacket this week to wear on the show, as well as to wear elsewhere and out and about. It may not be able to tell on your screen, but it is kind of reddish, pink. Actually, it's red and white. But it's in such a tight knit that it's pink. But it looks really good. I hope you enjoy. As this is a gorgeous Friday, August 7th today. What is going on in and around your neighborhood today? Some community events to tell you about. There are a few things going on today. As up at Tuscan Hills Winery in Effingham, it's music bingo tonight. Tickets are $15 a person. Each ticket will give somebody a drink from the bar, in addition to, I presume, your bingo cards. Doors open at 6. The games begin at 7. I've never played or been around music bingo. I guess they play a song maybe, and that is, and you're supposed to, I don't know, determine if that's on your bingo card. So if they're playing Stairway to Heaven, say, you've got Stairway to Heaven is B4, right? It's one of your B columns. That must be it. I don't know how they play that, but I'm certain it'll be a good time. Oh, the fairs are wrapping up. The Marion County Agricultural Fair's got tonight and tomorrow night remaining. Big night tonight over in Salem at the Marion County Fair. It's Demolition Derby at 6:30 tonight. Our boy Josh Tate is going to be on the call. He does a great job. And then they're going to have fireworks after the Derby. Hopefully they're able to get it done at a decent hour and it's not like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning for the fireworks. That, I guess, aren't a ton of folks living in that neighborhood, but that'd still be pretty unpleasant if you got woke up by fireworks at 3 or 4 in the morning. All seats are reserved. All spectators must have a ticket, must have a seat. They can get the pit passes as well. That's $25. Lower reserved is $20. Upper reserved is $18. That's tonight at Salem. But wait, there's more at Salem this weekend, because the Queen contests, I don't know who won yet, but I'm certain that they'll be giving away the prizes at the event tonight. How about up at Altamont? The Effingham County Fair concludes this weekend as well with a big old night tonight. I tell you what, it's been a big deal. They've been talking about this for weeks, for months, for years. Jody Messina is going to be playing tonight at the Effingham County Fair, playing with Cole Goodwin. That'll be tonight at 7:30. That's sponsored by A1 Emergency Medical Service and R&H Plumbing and Heating and Nick Patton Country Financial. All kinds of other stuff going on today and tomorrow at the Effingham County Fair. Have you been up there? Have you been up there to see the Freedom 250 Museum? That is so nice. It's you wouldn't even know it's in a semi semi-tractor they haul that thing around in, but it is cool. The Freedom 250 Museum will be open today and tomorrow. Open today at 11 a.m., goes till 9 o'clock at night tonight. Tomorrow noon to 6. Then they got to go off. I mean, this place is going from state fair to state fair, and Effingham County Fair was able to get it. So again, tonight it is Jody Messina at 7:30. Well, the show starts at 7:30. That'll be Cole Goodwin first, most likely. But wait, there's more. What about tomorrow night at Effingham County Fair in Altamont? Well, you can see the Demolition Derby in Salem tonight. Go to Altamont, see what's left over and other big cars that are coming in. The Demo Derby at Altamont tomorrow night. That's going to be a fun time, as they'll have the Freedom 250 Museum going as well. And it's also Effingham County School Resource Officers Cops Day, Kids and Teens Day at the Effingham County Fair tomorrow. That's just good, clean fun right there. What else going on this weekend in the next few days? Well, tomorrow at the Louisville American Legion, that's just down the road here and around the corner. They are hosting a free event Saturday from 8 to 2 to showcase their youth programs. They're going to highlight scouting, which is for kids from kindergarten through senior in high school, scouting K through 12, as well as they'll have the STEM trailer there, and all kinds of additional information will be available for academic scholarships hosted by the American Legion, speaking contest, youth cadet and law enforcement academy, boys state, girls state. I tell you what, those boys state and girls state programs, they are a hoot, and the kids just have such a good time. Attendance is free, of course, and donations will be appreciated. There's going to be a fundraiser also for the baseball team, for the American Legion baseball team, and the Scouts will be serving lunch. How about that? Menu will be pork burgers, barbecued pork, and hot dogs. That'll start about 11. Get there early to be able to have a good time. Also tomorrow, a couple of things in Salem tell you about. Adopt a pet at Salem Animal Control. That's in Kell. That's just south of Salem on Carter Road. No appointment, that's okay. You're invited to a free walk-in visitation each Saturday to meet all the adoptable animals. If you can't make the time, call Salem Animal Control at 822-6696 to set up a time that works best for you. They do a great job there at the Marion County Animal Control part. They do a wonderful job. What else? Oh, how about it? You're tired of the outdoor sports. You don't want to golf. You don't want to play basketball or football or volleyball, any of those outdoor stuff. 2026 Summer Open Chess Tournament will be at the Salem Community Activity Center. You know where that is, just immediately south of the high school there not immediately, about a block south of the high school in Salem. Now, this is going to start tomorrow morning at 7:30. It'll go till 5 p.m. They're using the Swiss system, and if that means anything to you. It doesn't mean anything to me, but who knows? The Swiss system, 3 rounds of USCF rated, sponsored by the Southern Illinois Chess League. They'll have time controls 30-70, and then 40 and 60, no sudden death. Entry fee is $15 for registration. That's starting around 8 o'clock in the morning. They'll have round play from 8 o'clock until 9:30, then 1 o'clock, and then round 3 at 5 o'clock. Prize fund, 360 players, or $360 based on 30 players. That's pretty good. First place gets $80, second place gets 40, and they're going to flight it also A, B, C, D, and E flights. So all kinds of ways for you to enjoy playing a good game of chess. Call Carl Purcell if you'd like to enter early at 618-267-8145. Again, that is going to be held at the Salem Community Activity Center. If you get there at 7:30, you can get signed up for a game, and you'll be there all day long. You'll have a good time. What else going on this weekend? Fine Arts County of Effingham Face presenting Trivia Night. Friends, Trivia Night tomorrow night. That's going to be out at the Tuscan Hills as well. Could this be any more? Okay, now this is the item that they put in is meant to be read or it's meant to be in the way of like Chandler Bing or Friends or something like. Could this be any more fun? Fine Arts County of Effingham invites you to join us in a Friends-themed Trivia Night fundraiser. Gather your favorite friends, coworkers, and trivia buffs. Get ready for an evening filled with laughter, friendly competition, and all things Friends. Whether you know every episode by heart or can quote Chandler's sarcasm on demand, or still debate whether Ross and Rachel were really on a break. Were they on a break? I don't know. I haven't watched the show for 20 years. People, that's the thing I don't understand. People watch Cheers over and over. Used to watch Cheers over and over. They don't watch it anymore. But they watch The Office over and over. They'll watch Friends over and over. Folks will watch Seinfeld over and over. I could probably do pretty okay in a Seinfeld trivia contest. I watched Friends the first time through. I really didn't see much points. But, I mean, if you did, you'd kick my tail in this. No need to make a reservation. Tickets will be available for purchase at the door. Exciting prizes. Grab your Central Perk crew and come spend the evening with them. As Phoebe might say, it's going to be a moo point if you miss it. Proceeds from the event will help support the ongoing programs and community arts initiatives put on by Fine Arts County of Effingham. Friends Trivia Night fundraiser, tickets available at the door. This is great. They finish by saying, "We'll be there for you. Will you be there for us?" I'll be, you got it. What else going on this weekend? Now, this is a big deal. 2-day event at St. Anthony's Parish Picnic. This is always such a big time. It's one of the biggest fundraisers the folks up at St. Anthony do. Wonderful school, wonderful event. It's Saturday and Sunday as they'll have a weekend full of fun, food, fellowship, and raffles. On Saturday, 8 a.m. to finish Bulldog Challenge. I don't know what that is. At 4:30, they'll have Mass on the soccer field. 5 o'clock tomorrow, picnic grounds will be open. 7 o'clock, they'll have live music from Jake Busher. So that's pretty cool. And then on Sunday, 11 o'clock starts dinner, Sunday dinner in the air-conditioned high school. Picnic grounds will open at noon. At 6:30 tomorrow night, 6:30 Sunday night, the gigantic golf ball drop. That's a lot of golf balls. They sell golf balls, and then they drop them. If one of them hits the target, and that's your golf ball, you win all the raffles and who knows what else. That's at the St. Anthony Parish grounds on Saturday and Sunday. I don't know if you have to be present to win Sunday night or not. You ask them, they'll tell you. That's for sure. What else going on this weekend, folks? Today, it's National Raspberries and Cream Day, every August 7th. This is with the raspberry season in full swing. What better way to celebrate with this than with this simple and delicious treat? There are several days on the calendar celebrating raspberries. Actually, there's another one just next week. There are more than 200 species of raspberry. Looks like, actually, that one looks like blueberry or blackberries in there too. But they're saying here it's raspberries. Raspberries love the fertile, well-drained soils of what country? Scotland. Scotland, who knew, grows a ton of raspberries as well. What country produces the most raspberries in the world? It's a good one. I didn't know this. I thought it was the United States, but it's not. Russia produces the most raspberries in the world with 120,000 tons of raspberries per year. That's a lot of raspberries. What would that be? About 240 million pounds? Yeah, that's a lot of raspberries. Besides red, raspberries also come in purple, gold, and black. And unlike other fruits, they don't ripen off the shrub. If picked green, the raspberry will not sweeten or soften. It's going to stay green. The raspberries always taste outstanding with cream. One of the best pleasures that you can have is basically just pulling a raspberry off the shrub and off you go. So yeah, you have National Raspberries and Cream Day today. What else is going on today? Ladies and gentlemen, August 7th, National Sea Serpent Day. This commemorates the sighting and many other stories that continue to be told. If you've ever looked out over the water and thought you saw a fantastic creature break the surface, you're going to want to stick around. It's the sea serpents. In August 1848, on this date, in August 1848, several men aboard the HMS Daedalus couldn't believe their eyes when they looked out upon the South Atlantic, and several passengers and officers on a voyage to St. Helena spied a 60-foot-long creature bearing a peculiar maned head above the ocean water. With so many accounts of what they saw, it's hard to not believe what happened, right? I don't know. There are so many creatures in the sea that we haven't identified because they stay down deep. Who knows? Who knows? There could be sea creatures that come up and all I know is Loch Ness Monster was a hoax. Loch Ness Monster doesn't exist. It's a hoax. Somebody made up the picture. That's not very cool, I guess, me saying that, but yeah, national, and there it is, recognized in honor of one of the most popular sea serpent sightings. There you go. How about that? Many sightings are attributed to large water creatures such as whales, sharks, and sea lions. However, cryptozoologists suggest that sea serpents are really reflect plesiosaurs, mosasaurs, or other Mesozoic marine reptiles. Could be dinosaur living in the ocean still. Didn't get killed by the big asteroid that hit the Earth about 63 million years ago. Who knows? I'd prefer not to think about it. And then on Saturday, enjoy National Frozen Custard Day. Yum! When it comes to scooping up delicious celebration, National Frozen Custard Day on August 8th knows how to do it right. With a smooth texture and fresh flavor, frozen custard delights folks in many ways. Its popularity grew in 1933 when frozen custard found a market at the Chicago World's Fair. It was invented where else? Coney Island in 1919 was where they found that adding egg yolks to ice cream created a smoother texture and helped the ice cream stay cold longer. And they just did what crazy business. Milwaukee, Wisconsin has become known as the unofficial frozen custard capital of the world. That makes sense, doesn't it? You've got all the dairy, you've got all the eggs, you've got all the dairy milk cows in Wisconsin. I'll buy that. That makes pretty good sense to me. What's the good-looking frozen custard right there? Actually, that one on the left looks pretty good with the no, it doesn't. The one on the right, I like the chocolate. If I'm going to do something like that, I don't know. That's what I'm going to do. What do you want to see on television tonight? Baseball. We've got all kinds of baseball on TV tonight as the Chicago Cubs take on the Kansas City Royals tonight. That's at 17. That's out in Kansas City. Gossman's making his first start for the Cubs. He's one of the big trade acquisitions this last week. He'll be going up against Mason Black. That's on Marquee, Channel 367. Cleveland Guardians will be at Chicago White Sox. That's at 6:40. Parker Messick versus Noah Schultz. That's on channel 353. The Rockies are in St. Louis tonight. Big weekend series. Not that big. Ryan Feltner versus Kyle Leahy. That's at 7:15 tonight. And also at 8:40 on the MLB Network, it'll be the Houston Astros at the San Diego Padres. We're going to be talking next. Baseball, trade deadline, all kinds of fun stuff. Be back right after these. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians, and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Bruce Dickey here with Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you also for tuning into Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You can find it here daily at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. Talk about all kinds of different subjects. People, interesting folks in the community, community events coming up, just all kinds of stuff that will matter to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cash TV. Pardon me, I root. Sorry about that. Welcome back to the show. Let's talk a little baseball right now as, trade deadline has come and gone. Everybody is kind of locked in right now to what they're going to be doing for the rest of the year. They can't really change their rosters too much other than bringing up some prospects or something like that. Let's just take a look at what's going on right now here in the American League as the Rays have taken a nice lead on the Yankees. The Boston Red Sox have all but caught up. What a run the Red Sox are having. They have, I believe, they have won 27 out of their last 31 games or some crazy number like that. It's outstanding how the Red Sox are done, and they have been able to catch up to the Yankees all but, and they'll probably catch up to them here in the next week or so. The way the Yankees were playing, the Yankees got beaten in a series by the Cardinals. You know what kind of look you give to that? Yee. That's the kind of look you give to losing a series to the Cardinals in August, as Yankees are kind of beat up anyway. The White Sox has begun to extend a little bit of a lead on the Guardians, as the Guardians have kind of stepped off a little bit. They're under 500 now. You see their White Sox 5 games over 500. And they're beginning to pull away a little bit, and the Astros have taken over the West. That's just, they had a chance. The other teams in the division had the opportunity. They had the best opportunity ever this year to just get rid of the Astros, and haven't been able to do it. When you have a player playing like Jordan Alvarez for the Astros, he's going to be the MVP in the American League. We'll get to MVP in the National League here in just a second. But yeah, there's what's going on in the American League. You're wondering about the wild card in the American League? Well, you've got the Yankees and Red Sox way up top. It looks like it's going to be a battle for that third spot in the wild card, and you're still looking at about 50 games to go. Maybe not quite 50. What are they at there? About 100 and right at 50. 49 or 50 for the Red Sox, and so yeah, it's about 45 for the Rangers. So they've got. They're building a nice lead over there. How about the National League? Have you been paying much attention there? In the National League, the Atlanta Braves 8.5 up. The Milwaukee Brewers they were the first team to 70 wins, and this is before games on Thursday. I'm shooting this, but I pulled this before I know what happened in the games on Thursday. They may have won again because the Brewers are playing exceedingly well. The Brewers won on Thursday, as did nobody else really matters all that much to the numbers. But yeah, the Brewers picked up another win. They're 72-43, 6 games ahead of the Cubs, and they've been playing extremely well as they've been knocking out Pittsburgh. Cardinals just won a series. They're trying to climb their way back to 500. They're all but out of they are pretty much out of the Central Division race and all but out of the wild card. The Dodgers 8 games up on the D-backs and the Padres. Padres 3 games over 500, and they were active at the trade deadline. Why? This is why. You see, the Padres only a couple of games out of that third wild card spot. They made some trades we'll talk about trades here in the next segment, but the Padres made some big trades trying to stay in the race. Phillies were active. Diamondbacks were active. The Cubs were active. The Cubs did really well at the break. The Cardinals made a few trades. The Pirates made a trade for a relief pitcher. Who knew? Who knew the Pirates would be buyers? And so you look at that and you think, wow, that's a big nice thing. How about the awards at the end of the year? We were talking I mentioned a minute ago about Alvarez. How about in the National League? If you take a look in the National League MVP, Pete Crow Armstrong from the Cubs has evened up the numbers with Shohei Ohtani for MVP. And what's basically going on here is that Ohtani no longer pitches. His elbow or shoulders, back, I think, actually. So he's got some issue with these pitching arms, so he's not really doing any pitching. Wednesday in Chicago, it was just a battle royale for MVP in the National League as Shohei Ohtani led off the game with a home run, and everybody thinks, Shohei's going to win the MVP. Bottom of the first inning, Pete Crow Armstrong leads off with a home run. Oh my heavens. And then it just kept going from there as they each hit another home run on the day. But Crow Armstrong is having a fabulous year. He is so difficult to watch if you're on the other team. I have many friends who have wished bodily harm on Pete Crow Armstrong because he is kind of a hot dog when he does the home run stuff. And but by golly, the kid can play. And defensively, he's a crackerjack. He is an outstanding center fielder. That's probably going to be the difference because when you look at the numbers, Ohtani is currently 6.4 wins above replacement. He's 6.4 WAR, while Pete Crow Armstrong is 7.5 WAR, and that includes on Ohtani the pitching from earlier in the season before he got hurt. So Crow Armstrong has passed him at minus 110. That's a pretty good bet right now. If you're looking for something to bet on and that you're getting decent money on, PCA to win MVP. And that's the other thing. The broadcasters and the sports writers who do vote are beginning to talk about him as an MVP. There you go. Good luck with that. One other close one still here in late season, mid August. This is pretty close in the American League. Schlittler from the Yankees just barely over Cease as for the American League Cy Young Award winner. How about that? Former Cardinal Sonny Gray is the 4th pick. Unbelievable. But yeah, the Cam Schlittler, if you watched the Cardinals against the Yankees on Monday night, you're thinking, how can that guy be the number one choice in the American League for the Cy Young? He had a bad day. He had a bad day against St. Louis. He gave up 5 or 6, but the Yankees gave up 13. And yeah, that was a rough run for Schlittler. I mentioned the trade deadline. Let's talk a little bit about the trade deadline. I'll give you some interesting stuff on that. We're going to also later on talk about the AFC North and also the AFC East. Back right after these. Stick around.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Cooper. And I am Stacey Earlywine, and together we host By the Way with Beth and Stacey.
It airs Monday through Friday on Wabash Channel 100 at 11 a.m. and again at 3 p.m.
We love to follow Clay County history, and we've been venturing out too in other counties. We absolutely love history.
You can also find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is By the Way with Beth and Stacey, or like and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cash TV, our weekly Take the Points show. How about that trade deadline that just passed? There was the Major League Baseball sports writers took a poll just following the end of the trade deadline, and the question was, well, there were several questions. They had several questions. There were 29 baseball executives polled, and here's some of the answers to some of the questions. Which pitcher who was traded during the deadline season will have the biggest impact on the playoff race? I thought they'd pick Tarek Skubal, With the number one guy, Scuba got second place, receiving 7 votes. Number one guy with 8 votes was Casey Mize. Casey Mize is the thought that he might be able to help the San Diego Padres get into that wild card spot. You saw how close they were, 2 games out of a wild card, and everybody thought that San Diego was going to be doing they got Robbie Ray as well from the Giants, but they got Casey Mize from Detroit. Everybody thought that the Padres were just going to basically fold in the tents and become maybe sellers. Everybody was trying to get their closer, Mason Miller. Mason Miller never got traded. He's staying with the Padres. So the Padres, they can heat up. If they can heat up, they can catch the Phillies. They can catch the rest of the. I don't know if they can catch the Cubs, but they can catch a lot of teams in that wild card race. So that's the pitcher that was traded. Will have the biggest impact in the race. How about the biggest impact in the playoffs themselves? Well, that's thought to, of course, to be Tarek Skubal. Skubal. He got 25 votes out of 29. So, that kind of tells, or 25, 26, 27. 30 votes. He got 25 out of 30 votes. So, everybody thinks the big left-hander is going to be a super stud. And the question is, are the Dodgers going to be able to sign Skubal for next year and forever and ever? Amen. I don't know if the Dodgers really want to. Dodgers just want to win. They just want to win now. And I'll talk about this a little bit more later, but a lot of people were beefing about the Dodgers getting Tarek Skubal. Dodgers are legitimate. Granted, they've got the big fat payroll, but they're also in L.A., and everybody likes living in L.A. Everybody likes L.A., except me. I'm the only person who doesn't like Los Angeles, who's been out there too many times. But that's personal. That's personal. Which position player who was traded before the deadline will have the biggest impact on the race? There he is. Everybody thinks Luis Garcia, headed up to the Yankees from the Washington Nationals. He had just a little bit over Luis Arraez, headed to the Phillies, and they think those fellas will have the biggest impact. Of course, Luis Garcia was the leading, the National League leader in slugging percentage, and he's playing pretty well again for the Yankees. He played Monday and Tuesday, maybe all 3 games against the Cardinals. Got a home run in one of them this week against the Cardinals. Luis Garcia is pretty doggone good. He is a fine acquisition. Who will be the? Let's see. Who was the biggest surprise? The biggest surprise during deadline season. Yeah, look at there. There's Adley Rutschman. He was he got the catcher, former All-Star catcher, traded from the Baltimore Orioles to the Boston Red Sox, and he is he's 2-3 years ago people thought he was going to be an MVP. Hasn't had the best 24 and 25 and 26. He had a good 24. His last couple of years have been down a little bit, and he's still young. The question is he going to recover well enough to be the big deal? But that was the big surprise during the trade season. How about which buyer team does everybody think did the best? Well, not only did the Dodgers get the Skubal, they also got this guy. His name's Chris Bubik. He's from the Royals, and he's a left-handed reliever, and he was an all-star last year. So, and they didn't give up much. They didn't give up much for him, so folks think the Dodgers are probably the most successful team. Although a lot of folks think the Cubs did very well, and the Cubs did do very well. They got Kevin Gausman, Clay Holmes, Ryan Zephyr-John, and Braxton Garrett pitchers, and then an outfielder in Tyrone Taylor. Cubs did a lot. If you're a Cubs fan, by all means, you ought to be happy with what your team's doing right now. They're playing great baseball right now, and they did a heck of a lot. Who didn't do much? Who's the team that everybody thinks could have done a ton more? Well, of course, it's your Milwaukee Brewers. The Cardinals, there's the two, basically the main trade they made. They picked up Dustin May and JoJo Romero from the Cardinals. And folks think, a lot of Brewers fans are saying, what are we doing? This is our best chance. We're leading the world in games won. This is our best chance to win something. Get Scooble. If you had Jacob Mizorowski and Tarek Skubal as your 1-2 in the playoffs, yeah, that would have been pretty good. Brewers didn't want to give up prospects. Heck, they gave up a couple of decent prospects to get May and Romero. Romero's not even playing. He's coming off of appendicitis. Hope Dustin May plays well for him, though. I like the Brewers. They're my second or third favorite team. But if you're Brewers fans, you got to be. If you're a Brewers fan, you're probably a little bit anxious. Back right after these. Let's talk football. Back in a sec.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk. Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Last week we talked about the NFC South and how I love the New Orleans Saints in the NFC South. A bunch of teams struggling to find something, but here let's talk today. Let's talk today about the AFC East here first. Before I give you that, let's take a look at the folks, the AFC Championship. The Bills are the favorites just a little bit over the Ravens to win the AFC right now. And Bills have a new coach as the season gets ready to go. Here's what sorry about the blur. Do not adjust your sets. That's my part. The Bills, the favorites, even though the Patriots won this last year. Patriots won the division 17 times in the last 24 years, and but last year with the Patriots winning, that stopped the Bills streak at 5. How dominant have the Patriots been if they've won 17 out of 24? And then there was somebody had a 5-season winning streak in it. That's dominant. Who won it the other year? Have to be the Jets, I guess. 17, yeah, that's, well, 2 years, the other 2 years. 24 minus 5 is 19, 17 times. Yeah, 2 other years. Have to be the Jets. I don't think Miami's ever won. Anyway, here's what, again, the Bills are minus 148 to win the division this season. They fired their coach. Let's see. Let's start with the Buffalo Bills. Over and under is 10.5 games. Last year they went 12-5 and fired their coach because they didn't think Sean McDermott would get them over the hump. They went to their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. He is now their head coach. Their offensive line coach retired. And that's a pretty good-sized deal. Offensive line coach means a lot. Can they stop the run? Last year, they were 30th place in the NFL in opponents' yards per carry. Bijan Robinson got 210, and Devon Achane got 197 against them. So those are pretty big. The over-under, they are favored to the over there at 10.5. The people I'm looking at here projects them at 12-5. So I don't know. To make the playoffs, yeah, they're a pretty good bet. Pretty good bet. What about those New England Patriots? The Patriots are of course, the defending champs in the East. As their over/under number is down to 9. They won 14 games last year. Are they going to lose 5 more than last year? Wow, that'd be pretty big. But what are they? They're set to the over. So that's a pretty good juice to the over there. Plus 120 for the under 9.5. That's not bad. They're almost 2-1 to make the playoffs. They added A.J. Brown. They needed a good receiver. Boy, that Super Bowl, they just could not get anybody open against the Seahawks, and it cost them. They also revamped their edge rush a little bit. The thing I don't like about him, Mike Vrabel just had a terrible offseason. Just a terrible offseason. And when your head coach is distracted, and he's distracted, things aren't good at home. That's distracting, I would think. Yeah. I got to tell you, and the last year they played a 4th place schedule. This year they're playing a 1st place schedule. I don't know, that plus 120 doesn't look that bad. That doesn't look that bad at all to me. How about, of course, then again, you got to remember they get to play the Jets and Dolphins each 4 times. Here's what the Jets number is. They are over 5.5 at even money, 5.5 and under at 5.5. Last year, 3-14, so they need to pick up 3 more wins to get to that. They've added a couple of vets, Demario Davis and Minka Fitzpatrick. Geno Smith's going to stay on as quarterback. Geno's okay, but Geno's Geno. Geno's Geno. He doesn't get you a ton of wins. He doesn't turn the ball over. So Geno's, there's nothing wrong with Geno. Let's see. Projection here is calling for 7-10. If they go 7-10, I'd be really kind of surprised, but you never know. And then you have the Miami Dolphins. Miami just stinks on ice. They they fired their coach, fired their quarterback, fired their GM. They fired everybody. They've swept everybody out the door. They're sweeping other new people in. They went out and got the hottest quarterback on the free agent list last year, Malik Willis. They're still picked to win just 3 games here? 3.5 over, and they're being juiced to the under on 3.5. Folks just don't think the Dolphins can do anything, as Malik Willis will be the quarterback in there. Can the line keep him alive? Who's he going to throw to? They got rid of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Who is he going to throw to? Devin Achane just signed a big, brand new contract, and he's going to be looking at his agent saying, "What I do? I did what now?" Well, at least he's going to be getting paid as he's getting the tar beaten out of him. That's the AFC East. I like Buffalo to win. Back right after these, let's talk about the AFC North. That's an interesting one there, too. Back in a sec.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cash TV. Let's take a look at here's the AFC picture. You got the Ravens at plus 500, and then you go all the way down to Bengals at plus 1,000 to get to win the AFC Championship, followed by the Steelers at 30-1 and the Browns at 80-1. Here is what it looks like. That division alone, and the Ravens were under 500 last year. That's the thing. The Ravens were 8-9 in 2025. The Steelers won the division. The Pittsburgh Steelers won the division at 10-7, and then let their coach walk. Of course, he'd been there for long enough. As it was, let's see, let's just start at who's favored to win it. Over under is 11.5 for the Ravens. They went 8-9 last season. They have a new head coach. 3 of these 4 teams with new head coaches in the AFC North. Jesse Minter is the new head coach at Baltimore. They also got rid of their. I guess they didn't get rid. They didn't get rid of their offensive coordinator. He left. So you've got, and their head coach went to the Giants, Jim Harbaugh. John Harbaugh, pardon me. Jim's out in L.A. But yeah, Jesse Minter is a new head coach for the Ravens. Of course, the key for the Ravens is keeping Lamar Jackson healthy. Baltimore last year, for the first time in years, had not really had a good pass rush. They tried to change that over the winter when they traded for Max Crosby. Then they threw Max Crosby out because he didn't pass their physical, and they signed an older defensive lineman, as they signed Trey Hendrickson from from a division rival. Trey Hendrickson, of course, having been playing for Cincinnati forever and ever, and he was looking for someplace better to play. They got to get to 12 wins. That's actually not a bad bet with this division, as the Browns not going to be that good. You've got the Steelers with an older quarterback, and we'll get to him in a second. Now the Bengals will be tough, but I hate to say this for my friend Justin, Bengals always beat Bengals. That's the thing. The Bengals, they'll play defense. Maybe this year the Bengals will play defense. Let's talk about the Steelers first. We'll get to let's talk about the Bengals. The Bengals are picked to win over 10.5 games. Actually, it's plus money for over. It's minus 134 for the under for the Bengals. The big change, they've tried to fire up the defense a little bit as they've picked up Dexter Lawrence, and their defense needs to keep the offense on the sidelines maybe a little bit more. It's just to help the offense a little bit and help them not get too tired out there. They also got a new safety as they picked up Brian Cook, and he's going to be tough. They have great receivers. The Bengals have the best receiving corps, you might call it that, if not in the league. They got one of the best ones in the league with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. That's an outstanding set of receivers. You can't really beef about that. How about the Pittsburgh Steelers? They are over and under is 8.5 games. New head coach. Mike, what's new is what was old is new again, with Mike McCarthy coming in, and he's from Dallas several years ago, but before that he was at Green Bay, and when he was at Green Bay he was Aaron Rodgers' head coach. So the thought is that those two guys will be able to put the magic back together. They have a new defensive coordinator. It's going to be Patrick Graham. Several different changes in the defensive backfield and the defense for the Steelers. Last year they were 10-7. The over/under here is 8.5. I don't think they'll get to 8.5 wins. I just think Aaron Rodgers is too old. Unless they can keep him protected, and they don't have enough running game to keep him protected. That's going to be tough for the Steelers, and everybody loves the Steelers. How about the Cleveland Browns? Over and under is 5.5 games. Last year they were 5-12. So can they pick up a game on last season? It'll be Shedeur Sanders or Deshaun Watson playing quarterback. You remember Deshaun Watson? Yeah, 7 years ago he was good. He ain't been good for 7 years. And how difficult is it to get good again after 7 years? Coming off an injury, we'll see. Who knows? Their big change, they don't have Myles Garrett anymore. They do now have Jared Verse, who is an outstanding defensive player. He's no Myles Garrett, but he's going to be good. Plus quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur doesn't throw the ball all that well like an NFL quarterback. It's if you've watched any Browns games, I'm just putting it this way. the defense is going to be counted on to do a lot. I'm going to bet the under, and I'll stick with the Ravens. I like Vegas's choice here with the Ravens to win the division. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.